Yo, what is really good, future? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to tell you guys an elaborate story, and I've been meaning to tell this story for quite some time. So if you have the time to listen, this might be a little bit lengthy. If you don't, then hopefully you can watch one of my future videos to come here shortly. This video is about Las Vegas. This is my first legit Las Vegas experience. And for those who have been around on the channel for a while, I've been in Vegas multiple times, but it was never to party. I want to thank a really good friend of mine. His name is Anthony Salvador. Thank you for inviting me that weekend. And the only reason why I'm thanking him is because without friends like him, stories like this would cease to exist. This happened about, I'd say, April of last year. And this was when I was out of California. This was when I was actually in New York. For those who have seen those vlogs, I was actually in New York for my brother's graduation, and that was around April time, I believe. In New York, I received a text from my good friend Anthony, and he wanted to see if I could go to Las Vegas. At the time, I was actually in between contracts, and I was there with Christiane for a brief moment. I knew I had to come back to California in a week and a half, so I get back to Los Angeles, and I had to fix my schedule right away. And that weekend, I remember, it was a 3-day weekend, and I had to switch schedules, and I couldn't find anyone to switch with, but I eventually did. I switched schedules, and I can't forget, it was a Friday, and I was actually prepping for a show. For those who remember, I was actually preparing for a show at that time. I was about 4 weeks into my cut. Need I remind you, strict diet. I wanted to keep my strict diet. I prepared all my food and everything, and this is the weekend where I decided not to bring my camera, only because I thoroughly wanted to experience this. And thank God I didn't bring my camera, because I would have been talking to it the whole time. The plan was for me to meet Anthony at Kaiser, and this is Kaiser LAMC downtown. So I meet him that Friday morning, picks me up, we drive out to the OC, and this was around 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was quite early. So the plan was for us to get to his place and actually go to the gym and drive out to Las Vegas. We did all that stuff. We went to the gym, worked out, and we headed out to Vegas. We got to Vegas around noon, and I remember it because it was like traffic, because it was Friday. Fridays and Sundays are the worst times to enter or leave Vegas. It was around 3 to 4 in the afternoon when we checked into the hotel called Palazzo. Now, Palazzo is adjacent to the Las Vegas Strip. For those who have ever been to the Las Vegas Strip, it is just one strip, and there's hotels left and right. And the place we were going to party was right across the street. The place was called Encore Beach Club. We actually had a suite. The suite was really nice because as soon as you enter, you had a bathroom to the right, and then you actually had like 2 beds and this long couch where you could literally fit a ton of people there. So it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were basically deloading. It wasn't until like 5 to 6 when Anthony wanted to go get a Fat Tuesday and just basically walk the strip. We picked up a Fat Tuesday on the strip, and we started drinking. Before I go further into the story, the key concept of this whole story was I was tired as hell the whole time. I worked nights, and I literally had no sleep prior to us going to Vegas. So we went to the strip, grabbed a Fat Tuesday. He literally put like 3 shots in the Fat Tuesday, and the Fat Tuesday already has alcohol in it. You're talking about 5% alcohol content and bringing it up to 20%. So by the time we were finished with it, we were already pretty much shit-faced. And we get back to the hotel, and this was already around 8 to 9 at night when we get back to the hotel room, and Anthony tells me, take a nap. I knew something was fishy already there when he told me to take a nap, and I really didn't know what to think of it when he says take a nap. I thought he said let's go to sleep, so I go to sleep. Quiet. 2 o'clock in the morning, you hear the door budge open, and you hear a bunch of people screaming. Now, these were Anthony's friends. There was a group of them. I don't remember for the life of me all their names. I remember the ones that made a significant impact, only because it was just a wild weekend, and I remember their names specifically because the story ties into their characters. It's 2 o'clock at night. I'm so tired, and one of Anthony's friends whips out this big ass Jameson bottle. Need I remind you, I really hate Jameson. It tastes like crap. So basically they had this formula to get you really messed up, and I'm easily reminded of how drunk I am at this point from the Fat Tuesday and how sleepy I am. And their formula was 2 shots and 1 to go. all his buddies and his cousins were like, let's go to the lobby, let's go gamble. I don't gamble, only when I'm drunk. We take 2 shots. The first shot, I was like, oh, this is disgusting. Second shot, he's like, dude, just take it. I was like, I don't want to take this shot. Take the shot. Ugh. Oh, man, that burn. And then he gives me a cup for the road. So I'm like babysitting this cup because I'm already shit-faced out of my face. And we go down to the lobby. We're playing 21, and I'm tired. So like this was basically me. I don't know what's going on anymore. And I really don't gamble when I'm drunk, but that night I did, and I was up like $40, and I have a deep appreciation for money and I value it. So $40 up, man, I'll take it. That's lunch money. Stop gambling, get back to the room. It's already like 5 o'clock in the morning. At this point, I just wanted to sleep. And the whole group was like, let's go to sleep. So we go to sleep, it's already 5 or we're pushing 6. I remember vaguely waking up around 9 only because everyone started getting loud and said, let's get ready to go to Encore Beach Club. And you know how when you're asleep, you kind of push it, you're like, I don't want to wake up. I'll wake up at the latter part of 9, and I'm a guy, I jump into whatever I need to jump into, my board shorts, and we get ready to go to Encore. I had a really bad hangover. I was very naive at the time. I didn't know that they were gonna give us more shots. So the usual, 2 shots and 1 to go. By the time we get to Encore Beach Club, I didn't know what was going on anymore. All I knew is we were waiting in line. While we were waiting in line, I was pretty much just really out of it. We get inside Encore Beach Club. I don't know how to describe the pool. The pool is just like, it's just a pool, and in front of the pool there's a stage. But as soon as you get inside the pool club to the left, there's a bunch of lockers. We got a locker, we put our stuff inside the locker, but I don't know where anyone's at. So the first person that is significant to the story, his name is Nathan. And this is actually Anthony's cousin. And Nathan and I, the last thing I remember was me and Nathan were standing by the lockers. While standing by the lockers, it was me, Nathan, and some random Chinese chick. This Chinese chick was talking to me, but you know, I'm doing this. What's going on? She was like, hey, I have a room at Palazzo. I was like, no, I have a ring. And Nathan was like, what's up, girl? My name is Nathan. I'm like, talk to this guy. She's like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. So basically we were playing this game of cat and mouse, and I was just like, I'm over this. Let's go look for the rest of the group. And the girl was like, I'm gonna look for you later. Okay, I'm gonna look for you. And Nathan was like, I'm gonna look for you. And I shit you not, the whole time Nathan was actually trying to look for this chick. So we catch up with the guys at the bar, and Nathan, thank God, thank you for being my, I don't know if you were my guardian angel that day or whatnot, but I was following him the whole time, and he finds the group, and we were at the bar. He gets the same damn combination. It's like Jameson with Coke. And I hate that drink so much. He gives it to me, and I'm like, babysitting it. Same thing. We go inside the pool, and you know what seems like 20 minutes in your head is actually 2 hours later. And Nathan was like, Genesis, yo, come with me. So I follow him, and he's talking to one of his, I think it was one of his coworkers at the time. And his coworker had a friend, and he goes, just come with me to talk to these girls. I don't want to talk to anyone. He goes, just do it. I was like, all right. Well, I'm talking to his friend's girlfriend. I'm just in there, you know, making small chit chat. I really didn't even talk to this girl, basically. I was just like, hey, how are you? Fine, how are you? So it was a small chit chat, nothing really happened, and Nate kind of disappeared. I don't know where he went. And again, I don't know where I was. I was forced to look for the rest of the group. Remember, I was on a cut, okay? And I was drinking alcohol and everything was processing through my body, but at the same time, non-stop drinks. I was hungry. So I remember that Anthony, I think it was Anthony and Mark, came back with like a bunch of food like fries and nachos, and I was eating whatever I could get because at that time I was pretty sure I was in keto. 2 hours I'd probably say go by. It was already like 2 in the afternoon. And the second person I want to introduce you to, his name was Mark. Mark is about the same height as me, 5'5", and he is a power lifter. He had a mustache, wore glasses, and had a comb over, and pretty husky guy. Mark was in the same shoes as me. He goes, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. I was like, hey, me too. You want to go back to the hotel room? He goes, yeah. We go to Anthony, and Anthony was like, dude, don't leave. Alesso's about to play. I was like, I don't give a damn about listening to Alesso perform live because I'm shit-faced out of my skull, and I am so damn tired. Mark calls Nate over, and he's like, let's go back to the hotel. Nate didn't want to go because he was still looking for girls to to leave the club with. We go back to the locker, and inside the locker was all of our stuff, like all our wallets, our cell phones. And also there was another group of people who we did not know, but it was one of the people's friends who put their stuff in the locker. So we grabbed everything in the locker, and we were doing this, and we were walking on the strip going back to the Palazzo. It took us about 15 minutes to get back, but the whole time we were walking back to the hotel, Nathan was complaining, and Mark was basically telling him to shut the hell up, because like we just want to get back to the hotel room. We get back to the hotel room, we put all the crap down, and we go to sleep. I wake up, okay? I wake up. There's an IV in my left arm. I remember it so clearly, because I wake up, I was like, what's this IV doing in my left arm? And Anthony is sitting there, he's like, yeah, put it in your arm. I said, dude, wait, how'd you get here? He explains to me that I was trying to put an IV in my own hand, and I was trying to, I remember it because I still have the scar on my right hand, and I was trying to insert the IV right here. I woke up and this IV was going. It was LR, lactated ringers, and it's actually really good for the liver. That's besides the point. About 10 minutes later, Nathan comes walking through the room, and he's like throwing a fit, and he's like, I can't believe this gay guy's telling me this, that. I don't know what's going on. Remember, I'm waking up, and I was like, what is going on? And apparently the other group who put their crap in the locker, they were looking for their stuff. They were blaming Nate that he took all the stuff and put it back in the hotel. It was kind of me and Mark's fault, but you know, that kind of happened, and at that point I was already kind of like going with the flow, and I was out of it. Anthony was like, let's go eat, and he goes, I have to pick up a friend from the airport in a couple hours. So I felt somewhat rested, and the IV fluids that I got has helped me hydrate a little bit more. So we go to a place called Aloha Grill, and this place serves a bunch of Hawaiian food. I remember because it was me, Derek, Mark, and Anthony. Derek is another friend that you guys don't know, but Derek, he had, like, you know, he tied his hair back. Really cool guy, actually, and like he just knew how to party. And he was like one of those guys that leaves a really good impact in your life. You know, in a good way. I remember because we get to the airport and we're waiting for Anthony's friend named Marie, and Derek was like sleeping on the bench, and what I meant by sleeping on the bench, like his legs were all over the place, and you could tell he was out of it. He drinks so much. So we waited for his friend Marie. The good thing is we just got done eating. I felt a little bit more alive. I was sobering up. I was like, thank God, I don't feel like crap anymore. Get back to the hotel room. What time was it? It was already like 8 o'clock at night. Gosh. So 8 o'clock at night, and they wanted a pregame. It was already like 9, and we had to be at Encore. I think it was around 11, and we started drinking. Same ordeal. Jameson, 2 shots and 1 to go. They got me back to where I was basically at, pretty much messed up and questioning my life. We go to Encore. It's about 11 o'clock. Packed. The line is so huge. And I was like, why don't we just go back to the hotel and, you know, just chill for the rest of the night. Anthony is not only a good friend but also very spontaneous. He goes, no, screw it. Let's get a table. People dropped, I think it was like, I don't know, it was 1,000 plus on a table just for us to have a good time. I remember getting inside the club. Pretty much that night I don't remember anything. Only because like he kept pouring shots. What seemed like 5 minutes became 4 to 5 hours. I remember this story specifically because this was the first time a friend has actually showed me a really good time when it comes to life. And considering the fact that I explained my situation, I said, hey man, I don't have much money. I literally can't go because like I can't put money up for the hotel. I can't put money up for the club. I can't put money up for this, that. And all he asked me to do was pay for the Encore Beach Club ticket, which was the Alesso ticket. That was about $100. That was fine by me. But all the other expenses were shouldered by him. Then that shows me that a guy like Anthony definitely values friendship and experiences, and I'd like to say thank you forever for that experience, because that was the time where not only was I super effing sleepy, but I was super drunk, and I just don't remember much of it. But those were the significant events that made my Vegas story very pertinent to my life, and I thought I should tell it before I forget this story. My whole takeaway from it is, you keep the really good people in your life. You continue to be good friends. Let your relationship reciprocate. And I'm glad that I didn't bring my camera that weekend, only because things like that need to be experienced versus recording every little thing. So therefore, you do have these great stories to tell down the line. In the comment section below, let me know of a time where you felt like it was the greatest thing in your life. Tell me. I'd love to read your experiences, only because things like that stand out to me as a person. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, as I enjoyed telling it. Don't burn bridges, especially the ones who you know could make a lasting impact on your life. So yeah, y'all take care, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.